कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेंकटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः। श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः। श्रीमच्छटकोपाय नमः। षटकोपाय नमस्तुभ्यम्। अत्र कश्चन षठो विद्यते यस्य नाम चक्किलं वेंकटेशः इति. So this video is dedicated to exploring the qualities or gunas of Sri Chakkilam Venkatesh. Why are we interested in that? I am interested in it mainly because I was shocked yesterday by the arrogance, unmerited arrogance displayed by Sri Chakkilam Venkatesh. So that moved me to make this video. Besides that, there is a more mundane reason or a general reason why you should note Sri Chakkilam Venkatesh's characteristics. Now, if you want to follow some philosophy, question is, why do you want to follow this philosophy? Generally, if a person following a particular philosophy is someone you admire, his qualities you admire, then it makes sense to follow the philosophy, so that you can be like him. You can say, that Acharya is so great, how sattvika he is, how intelligent and decisive and clear and non-cheating person he is, how straightforward person he is. I want to be like him. That's what you would think. However, if the person following a particular philosophy shows many bad traits, such as faking quotes, not admitting his mistakes, justifying them based on very flimsy grounds, denigrating his opponents while himself being unworthy of such arrogance, you will have to wonder if the twisted philosophy this person is following is like this. If the twisted philosophy this person is following has made him like this, then do I want to learn from him? Do I want to learn this philosophy? Do I want to become like him? So that is the more mundane reason. Other than that, the other simpler reason is just to have some fun with a very unworthy scholar, so-called scholar of Vedanta, 6 Darshanas, associated with Aham Brahmasmi Foundation of Sri Sringeri Sharda Pitha, where he displays on his YouTube page a lot of things, including a picture of Sharadamba with the Jagat Gurus. God knows if they know about him or they know about his traits, but he happily displays such things as certification, besides other things as well. So he has some lot of news articles, interviews, award functions where he's called a spiritual scientist and so on. So all this is there. So this is the background about this person. So let us see. You listen to this video and you will find it shocking. The arrogance is just mind-blowing. Let us see.
దానికి సాంస్క్రిట్ వ్యాకరణం నేర్చుకోండి. ఫస్ట్ భాష్యం నేర్చుకోండి. శ్రీ భాష్యం నేర్చుకొని ఒక 3-4 ఏళ్ళు స్పెండ్ చేసి అప్పుడు నాతో వాదించండి. మీరు ఆ భాష్యం నేర్చుకున్నాక మీరు ఇట్లాంటి పిచ్చి మాటలు, మూర్ఖపు మాటలు మాట్లాడారు.
ఎందుకంటే ఆన్సర్స్ అదే చెప్పేస్తారు.
సో యూ విల్ బికమ్ మెచ్యూర్డ్. See, because you to understand bhasha you need a maturity. These immature people cannot understand bhasha because you spend time. ఇప్పుడు ఒక సబ్జెక్ట్ లో మనం డీప్ కి వెళ్తే వ్యాకరణమేనా కానివ్వండి, ఇట్లా we don't have time for.
Okay, so here he is basically saying, learn Sanskrit grammar and Sri Bhashyam for 3-4 years, then you can come and debate with me. Then you will get some maturity. Otherwise, you don't have the maturity to discuss with me. You don't have the qualification. You can't understand anything. That's the kind of arrogance he has. And yet, as we have seen, he creates fake verses. He creates fake sutras. And, he actually justifies it by saying again, the person who pointed out such fake sutras and fake padyas, they don't understand that in the presentation he is allowed to paraphrase. Now, does paraphrase mean creating entirely non-existent sutras and entirely non-existent shlokas? I don't think so. Now let us see what he says. Observe this.
One word, why, and still expecting me to reply and debate with you. Point out one word, Vaikuntha, in the whole of Prasthana thread and show that Vaikuntha is equated to be moksha. This gives you the fitness to even think of a debate. The second point, quotations in presentations may not always be verbatim, but even paraphrasing. Since you're not used to not having exposure to philosophical literature, makes one think that what Ramanuja says is
okay. So if you see here, he justifies
be verbatim, but even paraphrasing.
The quotations in presentations need not be verbatim, but paraphrasing. It could be paraphrasing. Yes, we agree that if you can say I paraphrase and you can quote something. However, if you say that Vedavyasa says this precise sutra and he pastes it, then it is not considered a paraphrasing, it is considered a verbatim quote. Now such verbatim quote has been pointed out. For example, okay, look at this Pancharatram to Kechit. You can refer to his video and see that he exactly reads it out as if he was quoting verbatim. So this is not just Brahma Sutras he is fabricating. He also fabricates a Vishnu Purana sloka which does not exist. It is in Anushtubh meter but flawed grammatically. He has fabricated it and he quotes it verbatim. There is no confusion that he is paraphrasing. So you can see here that this gentleman has made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes, but he, having made a mistake, tries to hide that mistake, doesn't admit his mistake. So you see this. This is a notable trait in this gentleman. And another fact of the matter is he claims to be able to explain Shaddarshanas, whereas he doesn't even understand Shankara's philosophy properly. And what else? Let us see. He's from you should understand that Advaitins have serious problems with their philosophy. They have questions which they have no answers for, because of which they become angry, make all sort of stupid mistakes. I will tell you an example. Now Sri Chakkilam venkaTesh is associated with something called Aham Brahmasmi Foundation, under the aegis of Sringeri Sharada Peetha. Okay, now at least if you don't have answers to tell others, you should at least understand Shankara's words properly, no? At least that much is proper expectation. However, there are shAnkaras. Now you see this Aham Brahmasmi Foundation with which Sri V. Subramanian Vaidya. He is a frequent poster in Bharatiya Vidya Parishad. He is supposedly a great scholar of the Shastras and a teacher of Advaita Vedanta to innumerable sincere seekers. Now, this gentleman, the less you know, the more fortunate you are maybe. But he claimed that Nirguna Brahman has Icha. How absurd is this? How absurd is this? Anyone who is knowing ABC of Shankara Vedanta can say this is absurd. Now he claims to have studied it for 40 years and yet this is the best he can manage. He has a website called Adbhutam which is full of all such nonsensical claims, twisting of his own Acharya's words and so on. Now what happens when Advaitins such as Sri Subramaniam Vaidya are confronted with such challenges? Okay, let us see. My personal experience I will tell you, and then you can think what you make of it. Now, you see, He said Nirguna Brahma has Ichha. Now I'm saying you're making a blunder here, sir. Please think of it. Now, if Parameshwara is Nirguna Brahma, how can he have Ichha? You have misunderstood. And after that, he was unrelated stuff, blabbering anything except admitting his mistake. I point out that, see, you have made a mistake. Please admit your mistake. Don't hide behind word selling, and so on. And what happens in the end? In the end, what he does is he shows his dishonesty. Rather than saying, rather than giving me a one-word answer to the question, simple question, whether Nirguna Brahman can have Ichha or not. Rather than giving me a simple one-word answer, no, he cannot. I made a mistake. Please excuse me. Rather than saying that, what he does is he blocks me from this Advaitin group and removes it and ejects me from that group so that I can't challenge him anymore. So that's the kind of scholar we have heading, being the vice chairman of this Aham Brahmasmi Foundation. Okay, and you may think that he's an exception, but in my experience, it is not so. Let us take the example of Sri Abhinand, who is a personal inspiration for me because he conducts the Upasana and Sthalipaka rituals regularly. There are as per the Shastras. So I like him very much. However, even he, because he's a Advaitin partisan and he can't take challenges and facts, challenges to Sri Shankaracharya and plain facts, objectively verifiable facts, he ends up defending and promoting the very kind of person, the Vedanta-Acharya, chakkilam venkaTesh, he does. Now, this is an example. So I pointed out his forgeries of sutras and even the shloka, Vishnu Purana shloka. And what does he say? He says that he rejoices in Sri Chakkilam Venkatesh's spurious videos. It is, I was a little disappointed in Sri Abhinand, and it's, to be clear, I clarified. See, sir, I'm not enraged by Chakkilam Venkatesh. I'm very familiar with the standards of Advaitins and Shankaras. They get upset when they are faced with questions they can't answer. However, I have clear answers to every question or every challenge Mr. Chakkilam Venkatesh has been able to bring up. Okay, so you see that this is a common trait among Shankaras in my experience. Even the greatest Shankaras of this age, for example, those who conduct workshops and showcase their magnificent, admittedly magnificent poetic and literary talents, great scholars of Sanskrit, even they, when faced with questions like, okay, so you say there is one Atma, and if one Atma gets proper jnana, he removes avidya, how come there is not mukti for everyone? And you say that Brahma is the only Traikalika Satya, the only Paramarthika Satta. Then where did avidya come from? How did it come? Either it should be co-eternal with this Brahman, or you should explain how it came about and how it generated other things like the Vyavaharika world which we are living in. You should explain this. What is your explanation? And okay, now you say that Shankara is a Shanmata Sthapaka. Then how come he says that Parabrahma is different from the Saptamatrikas, Rudras, Adityas? who he clearly states in his Bhagavad Gita Bhashya as being unworthy of worship and adoration by those who are on the supreme path to moksha. How is this possible? If you ask such questions, they have no answer. And because they have no answer, and because of some inherent character flaws, maybe, they get angry and they do all sorts of unworthy things. Now, so far we have seen these common problems. Now, you see that Chakkilam venkaTesh has he used to challenge people to debate with him, right? Now, you saw in this other video,
to all the sincere
in the whole. So he challenged people to debate, and yet when people take up this challenge, for example, this gentleman who goes by the name Anaghastra on Twitter, he agreed to his challenge, and he said that let us set something up. I'll be the moderator. We'll follow Cambridge style debate. What he made up excuse. He blocked this person because he asked him, okay, you have challenged people to debate you on video. Make sure that this video is recorded and it is uploaded to the channels of both participants. We'll follow Cambridge style debate rules. What he did was he blocked this person. That's funny, right? And besides blocking this person, what he did was he justified it in this video by saying that you're unworthy to debate with me because of some weird reason. Because you can't find Vaikuntha. Let us see what he says.
Of Prasthanatraya, and point out one word Vaikuntha in the whole of Prasthanatraya, and show that Vaikuntha is equated to be moksha.
Okay, so first of all, he expects his Sri Vaishnava opponents to find the word Vaikuntha in the Prasthanatraya. We have dealt with it in the previous video. Vishnoha Paramam Padam, etc. is there. It is pointed out as being the moksha, as reaching that place has been praised as moksha in the Upanishads. We have shown that in the previous video, so we won't rehash it. There is no reference to the word Vaikuntha in the Prasthanatrayas he has in mind. However, why should we show this word Vaikuntha? Are we saying you have to use the word Vaikuntha? No. Nowhere in Ramanuja's Sri Bhashya and Gita Bhashya we find the word Vaikuntha. So why is he asking us? Is this not a fake reason for not accepting, for denying the acceptance of his challenge? So you see that this is the kind of person and the kind of philosophy we are dealing with. He twists his own Acharya's words. He makes up quotations which don't exist. He doesn't admit his fault. He doesn't he doesn't accept challenges he himself made, responses to challenges he himself made. He even deletes comments referring to videos which repudiate his claims. For example, we have made several videos refuting this person's video refutations of Ramanuja. However, in the first video, I posted a link to this refutation video under his video as a comment. What did he do? He deleted that comment. So blocking people, deleting responses to his challenges, That's the kind of tactics he uses. That's the kind of personality he shows. Now, do you want to be Chakkilam Venkatesh? Do you want to follow his brand of Advaita philosophy? That I will leave it to you to decide. Thank you very much. Namo Namah.